Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash. It's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem meaning the nth name, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preachers, word and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp, Lord will, with another video to edify. And I wanted to say a quick few words on this situation with this IUIC and, their report of discussing something with somebody who allegedly has a wife in Great Millstone and barefoot and pregnant. You see the title, but I'm going to play it and I want to address something that you never see them actually do, right?
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Baby, you wrote me a stomach. How would that be? Yeah. Okay, all right. Your baby father, your husband? Your husband? No, right? So, you see what we're saying? The reason I understand it is bad because the commandments ain't being kept, right? Because the Bible says that if you lay down with a woman, you're supposed to do what with her? Exodus 22:16.
And you see, it's always an attack. It's always an attack going back to the law. But here it is in the midst of them saying, this man, they don't know the situation. They just got this woman sitting there out of order, coming up to a group of men. She probably just came over to say shalom, right? And you undermine the authority that man has in his relationship with his woman. You sow discord by teaching her things that she hadn't been taught by her own man, which we're going to get that in the scriptures, right? Well, now when this woman departs, she going to go home to whatever man she got. And now she got this confusion in her head. Right? Now she got this confusion in her head. So let's get it to some scriptures, man, because this shit is all they go on to try to teach her about the when to keep the Sabbath. Then they start going into how her relationship isn't according to the scriptures. And then they try to act like marriage is that of a fucking certificate and not what sex brings. And you can go to the law and see that sex is the beginning of marriage, because without the token of virginity, there's nothing to prove that you're married. So marriage always began with sex. It was a blood covenant. When you had sex, you cut, and that blood was part of the covenant to join that man to that woman. So, but let me get this, man. It's 1 Corinthians 14. And I'm going to start at 40 and I'm going to jump up in it. First Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. Now, I looked up that word order, right? And it's taxis.
Strong's G 5010. Taxis.
Right?
Taxis.
And it says an arrangement. An arrangement, order. A fixed succession observing a fixed time. Due or right order, orderly condition. So what was the order when you read in the New Testament and you jump up? What is it? I'm going to start at 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints. Let your women keep silence in the churches. And she's not saying shit. And they're coaxing her into saying they're going out of order. For it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, this is an order. Let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. So if they're supposed to learn anything, you see this woman's pregnant. They don't know the situation. You see this woman's pregnant. Y'all sitting there getting on her, this and that she's being taught by her man teaching her, when the scriptures tell you she's supposed to be learning from her husband at home. But IUIC is a camp in which they prioritize the fucking woman so much that they just won't send her away home and say, hey, bring your man back and we'll answer any questions. We'll deal with both of y'all together. Shit, when women came to the camp here in Arizona, we'd always say that, you got a man? Well, the scriptures tell you you're supposed to learn at home for your man, so bring your man back and we'll teach him and he'll teach you. Right? But there's no order in IUIC. Their order is the woman because that's all they fucking care about. That's all they care about. That's the reason why every single time a woman comes by, they go on everything for them. They won't raise their voice. They won't be rude. But let a man come by them that call themselves Israelites, right? And they want to cut them 10 ways to Sunday. These men are not sincere. They don't follow the scriptures, but they're talking about the law. Well, the scriptures tell you right here that the law said the woman's supposed to learn at home. Right? It says, I'm going to keep reading. It says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. What? Came the word of the Most High out from you, or came it unto you only? If any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge the things that I write unto you. That I write unto you are the commandments of the Lord. So he's talking about the commandments, but they're not fulfilling them. Right? This is Acts 15. And started 10. I'll go right to the point. It says, now therefore, why tempt you the Most High, and put a yoke upon the necks of the disciples? I got to start up, actually. Start at 8. It says, and the Most High in the Most High, which knoweth the hearts, bear them witness, giving them the Holy Spirit, as he did unto us. And he put no difference between us and them, purifying their hearts by faith. Now, therefore, why tempt ye the Most High to put a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which neither our fathers nor we are able to bear? Because they were always talking about the law, the law, the law. You gotta keep all the law to be saved. These are those same men back here now in the reincarnation, always about the law, but in the same point, they breaking it. They're not fulfilling it. Because they want to add how they want to add. They don't want to stay in the order of the scriptures. But we believe that through the grace of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, we shall be saved, even as they. So y'all sitting there talking about the law, right? They don't get this because they don't keep the commandments. Well, y'all the ones lined up. Y'all the ones talking to other men's wives. Y'all the ones with women speaking in your congregations, at your Passovers. All right? These men, they're hypocrites, man. Proverbs 26. It says, he that passeth by him, I'll start at 16. It says, the sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife, belonging not to him. And this is what they did. They're in this man's marriage, telling his woman what to do, when the scriptures tell you she's supposed to go to her husband for that. They're meddling in another man's affairs that don't belong to him. He that passeth by and meddleth with strife, belonging not to him, is like one that taketh a dog by his ear, as a madman who casteth firebrands, arrows, and death. So is the man that deceiveth his neighbor, and saith, I am not in sport. You see, these dudes usurping authority over another man's wife, giving her orders that he ain't gave her. Right? But why is it never that y'all jump to Proverbs, the 31st chapter, right? And start going to this with women and say, this is all you really need to do. Why isn't it you go here when you see a woman, especially a woman with a man that's woken up to the fact that he's an Israelite? Why don't you ever go here and knowing damn well how women be and be like this? Who can find Proverbs 31:10? It says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband both safely trusts in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. Why don't you ever tell the woman, you better look out for your man the best way you can? This is what the Lord commanded you to do. No matter what, she will do him good and not evil all the days of his life. You shouldn't be, why don't you instruct a woman? You shouldn't be arguing with your man. You should find a way to hold some peace with him. Because it says a virtuous woman will add no evil to a man. She seeketh wool and fine flax and worketh willingly with their hands. You should be telling the woman, you should be laboring to make sure that man's walk is easier. You never hear that. Because all this would bring down the woman to a level of a servant. And they want to let the woman feel however highly fucking favored she wants to be. Because that's what a woman's duty is, to fucking be a help. Right? IUIC is just ruled by a bunch of women and a bunch of men that worship women. Right? But the elect that's among them, they're going to get pulled out. They're going to get pulled out, man. They're going to leave and depart. And whether or not it be when that chip start coming out, just before Jacob's trouble, right? The Lord is going to get the elect up out of there, man. But it's a lot of woman worship going on over there. Shalom.